as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack.
Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
It's 2nd down. Let's go. 60 Vikings.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and more.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5. They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
23-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Now a run. Here's the rookie from Penn State. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
20! Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's blocked. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's McCarthy.
And his throw is incomplete.
The Vikings sit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Open man, that's Felton.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To the air with McCarthy. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And Walker has it. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
First down, Seahawks.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You look at this defense for the Vikings.
And they come into top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one,
and this is going to be intercepted. Breaks through the contact. And now the rookie's free. Down the right sideline. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And they turn the pick six into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down. Trying the left side with Walker. Oh, he bowls over it. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. 2nd and 16. They'll drop to throw. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's another Seahawks first down. First and goal, Seattle.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score.
The Seahawks will line up.
They'll try and throw for it. And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion. And that makes this a 1-point game now.
Seahawks 14. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
38-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take it.
Rifles one. That's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nicky Van Rory. And
And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll set up a throw.
He'll find Shaheed out to the right.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And he wisely will throw that one away. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
It's a quarterback sneak.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
A couple of first downs, has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw.
As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, build a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go. 18, 70 ready. 70 Lions. Go.
Now McCarthy. Addison holds it in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First down.
He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at
because
all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive and they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be fourth down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Ready. Check smash. Check smash.
They'll try and run for it. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there is the right call.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now back to throw.
Now he'll tuck this and run. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
60. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Panther 11. Panther 11. 60 Bobcat.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19 Lions. Ready. Hogan, Corey, 70.
He'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
79 Broncos. 3. 3. Cut 19. Cut 19. Go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Myers' kick is good. And with it, they have taken the lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team. They'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front. Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
19, shot, 79 Broncos.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
18 Cardinal, 8 Warriors, 70.
A final shot before break. McCarthy. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line.
A 64-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Cowboy Eagles.
Throwing is McCarthy. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
And now an audible here into something else.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
60 Bison, 18, 70 Lion. Dragon 60, Mustang 19. 19 Lion, Cup 19, Cup 19.
Here's McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
Still 15 yards to go, second down.
Viking 8, Buffalo 18.
To the air with McCarthy.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
To the air again, McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll look to throw again.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. 7, 5, 18, go.
Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
McCarthy going to throw again. Open man, that's Felton.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line.
Buffalo 18, let's go. Cowboy 19 tight, 70 range, 70 range. Let's go.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Vikings have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Now for the point after.
Lining up for the extra point.
And the lead is up to 5.
It's the score. Vikings 22, Seahawks 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense. And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. But that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
On third down, here's Walker. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's Walker. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown, Seattle.
So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
The Seahawks will line up.
They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Their 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
38-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Brings up third.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third down and 1.
Here we go, Cardinal,
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And the Vikings.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 yards the gain for number 18. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
The Vikings will line up for the two-point conversion.
It's complete. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings moving away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So the ball moves from one 38 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. But a passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop the throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Warriors, 70.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Now they'll change things up.
10. Warriors 70.
Now McCarthy.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
3rd and 4.
An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4.
70 Lions.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Ready? Viking 18. Go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd down.
Chap 60, chap 60. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Eagles, 60 Dragon 60. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
Hard throw, incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for the final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Ready? Red ball 80. 60 Bison, 60.
They'll look to throw.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to throw.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Gain of 6. The Seahawks. First down. It's a gain of 6.
He'll look to throw.
First down, Seahawks.
That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
It's a gain of 17
Come on,
yards.
come on.
First down, Seattle.
Back to throw.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down.
19-18.
He's back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
What a pickup there, and maybe most importantly, he's able to get out of bounds and save their final timeout. So just a breakdown defensively. You've got to find a way to make that tackle in the field of play.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. First and 10.
Cougar 19. Ready.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now as to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Myers' kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
This is first and 10. Here's McCarthy.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Okay, ready?
Here's first and goal. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see.
Let's go. Let it go. Pack the six.
Quick throw complete. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And it is good. He's